Hello, I'm Margaret McGuffin. I am the CEO of Music Publishers Canada.
Hi, I'm Nicole Pratt. I'm the Director of Administration at Anthem Entertainment.
And I am Keziah Myers, the Executive Director of Advance, Canada's Black Music Business Collective.
Today we're going to talk to you about what the future looks like for music. And specifically, we're going to be talking about music publishing. I always say that music publishing is the best kept secret in the music industry. And we're going to give you a few hints on what happens in our music publishing companies and how songwriters and composers work with music publishers. Music publishing is the part of the industry that relates to the song and to the scores that you hear on film and television and video games. It has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. And we're going to talk a little bit today about how we're going to be seeing more massive change in the next 5 to 10 years. Let's start with Keziah. Can you talk a little bit about Advance and the work that you've been doing?
I am new to Advance, but Advance actually has been in the works now for about 2 years. And Advance, as I said before, is Canada's Black Music Business Collective. It is focused on diversifying the music industry and placing Black professionals within that industry in all different areas, but really also not seeing them being placed in the industry, but seeing this upward mobility within the industry. So Canada's music industry right now has a number of Black artists. What we don't have are Black music business professionals within the scope of publishing houses, where we don't have in the scope of performing rights organizations, labels, live spaces, etc. So really that's what Advance is here to do, is to help to facilitate that and collaborate with all music industry organizations so that we do see Black people in professional roles in these spaces, elevating to ideally decision-making positions and senior executive roles.
Can you highlight a little bit what your plans are for the next 2 to 3 years with Advance?
One of the first things that's on the docket is talking about job placements and how we can have Black students, Black adults, Black people who are in mid-career levels enter into the music industry. Right now, we've recognized that there are a couple of barriers that limit the ability for a Black student, for example, to get into the music industry. And if we as Advance can eliminate these barriers and focus on systemic changes, then we can broaden the group of potentially excellent candidates that are available to work in these spaces. But we do also, over the next few years, we'll be focusing on advocacy and policy change, which I kind of said at the beginning. And that's just really systemic and addressing those issues so that we can have a more inclusive music industry space all around.
Thanks, Keziah. And we've been talking to you at Music Publishers Canada about how we can work with you on this. We also are very interested in professional development. We are starting a next generation membership category because we're really looking at how we recruit the right people into music publishing going forward, but also how we provide training to our members and current members about equity and diversity and issues, but also around the issues of how tech is impacting our companies. And I'd like to talk to you, Nicole, about that, because Anthem is a very interesting company. It's a fairly new publishing company. And just tell us a little bit about them, because tech has been a very big part of your journey.
So Anthem Entertainment, it's been around, like you said, for probably about 15 years. And, we're a company that likes to focus on the artist and ensuring that our songwriters and artists are being supported. But the thing that people don't realize as well is that publishing plays a really important role in ensuring that, for all the art that you're doing, you're being compensated. You're being compensated accordingly. So our focus has been on watching the market's trends in the industry. Where are we seeing airplay? Where are we seeing, syncs and things like that happening? And how can we tie that airplay, that performance back to ensuring that we're collecting your royalties. So whether that's working with third parties and sub-publishers in other areas to ensure that we're collecting across the world, or also diving into our tech and ensuring that we are investing in our internal technology to ensure that we can match our information to those airings. So part of that work is just ensuring that we have the right people in place. So, we're looking for, the right IT developer, the right analyst. Analyst is something that we, have started to work towards more and more. Where in the past, our focus, on the hiring front was, you always want people who love music and are in music and maybe come from those music schools. But we've branched off, and I think we've broadened our scope of hiring to include financial analysts and, people who are in accounting and things like that, to ensure that we're able to look at the information in a way that is critical and that makes sense. It's important for us to get that kind of talent that can look at data, because a lot of this publishing is data. It's very data heavy. We're talking about metadata, whether it comes to, all the identifiers that are included with your music, your ISRCs, your ISWCs, and being able to track that information and bring it back to the airings data. So Margaret, a question for you. Can you talk to us a little bit about how Music Publishers Canada is, changing its engagement with publishers in Canada as well as abroad?
Music Publishers Canada is one of the oldest trade organizations in the music space in Canada, well over 70 years old. And we have always been involved in public policy and in copyright discussions, and that still is the center of what we do day to day. But we're really looking at what music publishers and young music publishers need to succeed globally. I'm especially proud also of the work we've been doing with our Women in the Studio Accelerator. This is a new program in its third year that offers women, gender fluid, non-binary, and gender non-conforming producers curated workshops, educational sessions, and networking opportunities within the music publishing space. We're so proud of the producers in this program, and just starting our third year, you need to look at our website and meet these producers, because they should be on your next project.